Hello everyone, welcome to day 4 of my Thankful Garden class to go. This is a class to go I'm featuring on my blog and YouTube channel this week. You can earn the kit to make the 4 cards that I've shared in my class to go for free simply by placing an order in my online store, a minimum of $50. There are also different bonuses if you hit that $100 or $150 level with your order. All orders need to be in by April 15th to earn the class to go for free. All right, the Thankful Garden bundle is a stamp, die, and mask bundle, and we've used all of these this week, and today I have another gorgeous card to share with you. So let me share with you what we've already done this week. So Monday we made this stunner of a card. Tuesday, Wednesday, and today's card is equally gorgeous. And you can see we have like a rainbow of cards, of colors here. So this bundle makes some really gorgeous cards. So this is the card we're making today. So let me move these out of the way. And I am so excited to share this card with you. All right, so much like the rest of the week, I've already done most of my stamping in advance. So we're going to start with the flowers. I've already stamped one of them. You will need a second one stamped. I've stamped them in basic gray. I just like that more subtle color of the stamping than the bold black. So stamped it in basic gray. We're going to tape this down with some Post-it tape onto some scratch paper here to do our ink blending. So just set that down, and we're going to go back to our stencils. Now remember, the stencils have an etched number on the front of them. So if you're having a hard time, if you're like, this is not lining up, make sure that you're looking for that little notch and the number is on the front. If you want to write on yours with a permanent marker, you can also do that too, just to make it a little bit more clear. But I like to be able to know if I'm having trouble lining it up. Just make sure you double check that is face up. Okay, we're going to start with some peach pie. We're going to do our blending with peach and pumpkin pie. And so we're going to start with some peach pie, and just like the other videos, we're going to start a little bit with a lighter hand. You don't want to go too heavy. And I am just going to add a little wash of color here just over this. This is just going to be our little base color. Some of the areas I'm going to make just a little bit darker. But otherwise, just a quick little wash of color with peach pie. All right, we're going to switch to pumpkin pie for masks number 2 and 3. So I'm going to open that up, and we'll pull this off. We'll pull out mask number 2, and we will line that up. I didn't do any of my markings like I have in the past, so we're just going to have to line these up. This flower, I think, is a little bit easier to line up than the other flowers, so that's okay. I can do it. We can do it. All right, some pumpkin pie. This is a darker ink, so again, lighter hand. I've said it before, you can always add ink, but you can't take it away. If you make it too dark, there's not a lot you can do to recover that. But if you add just a little bit of color, if you start lighter, you can always keep adding to it. All right, that's mask number 2. Oh, so gorgeous already. This is definitely my favorite flower of the bunch. All right, and number 3, make sure that number is up. And I'm just gonna line up all those little lines. And we're gonna go back to our pumpkin pie ink. You can see how quick this goes. Once you really kind of get in the groove of this, you can really see how quick these flowers come together. And I really want to concentrate some of that ink in some of these smaller areas. So this time I am going a little bit more heavy-handed, but I just want that ink in there. Okay, that's it with our pumpkin pie. Let's bring in our Granny Apple Green for our leaves. So my green blending brush and my Granny Apple Green ink. We'll pull this off. Gorgeous. Mask number 4. And we're just gonna line up those leaves. Just like that. Perfect. These masks line up so perfectly. This is such a fun way to add color to, and it's a lot quicker. If I were to sit down and color this image with my Stampin' Blends, it would sure take a while. Watercoloring would take a while too. So these ink blending techniques with these stencils that go with these masks it's such an ingenious little tool, and I just love the look of it. All right, final mask. We're going to pull this in, and the stems are a little bit harder to line up, but just kind of maneuver it. You can do it. If you have those little marks, it does help a little bit. All right, we're using the same ink. We'll just go a little bit darker this time. Whoops, oh, I moved my mask. Ah, That's okay. That's okay. We're going to die cut it anyway, so if there's ink elsewhere, it's going to be just fine. I'm not worried about it. Okay. Let's close that up. We are done with our ink blending. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Look how gorgeous our flower is. So stunning. We're going to die cut this. I'm going to grab my die, and I'm going to use the same Post-it tape just to kind of hold it in place. So we're going to run this through our die cutting machine really quickly. Just grab my big one because it's nice and handy right next to me right here. So I'll pull this one out real quick. Move some of my ink pads out of the way. And we'll run this through. We will die cut this. So remember, you're going to need 2 flowers for this card, so you're going to need to do that twice. Do all your ink blending and then do all your die cutting. So, all right, let's put the plates back, put the machine back. All right, we are ready. Let's pop out our flower. So beautiful, right? And here's our other one. So we have 2 of them ready to go. All right, I'm going to bring that scratch paper back because we do have a little bit more stamping to do. So I'm going to bring that scratch paper back, and I have my card base here. This is a peach pie card base, and we're going to stamp that flower in peach pie all over the card base just to give it some extra texture. So I'm going to open up my ink, and I really only want the flowers, and we really only need to concentrate on the outside edges. So I'm really just going to kind of ink this up, really focusing on the flowers. I'm not too worried about the stem. And then I'll just go around and just make sure that we are just inking up just those flowers. You can add the stems in too. I mean, it's okay. We just want those flowers just to really kind of further highlight what we're doing here with these gorgeous flowers. So just all the way around like that. All right, now while I have my ink out, I'm going to stamp a greeting. So this one says, "You make I have ink on that side. Must have ink on my fingers. Shocking. And you can do this in whatever color. You can do this in pumpkin pie, peach pie. You can do this in the granny apple green, the basic gray, any of those colors that we've used on this card will work. Okay. So that's all of our stamping. So let's pull in our flowers. We have our stamped card base. We have a piece of DSP from that lovely garden designer series paper, and we are ready to assemble. This card will go together very quickly. The ink blending is really so stunning that you don't need to add a whole lot to your cards because that ink blending just stands right out and does all that hard work for you. Okay, dimensionals for our flowers, because why not? So I'm going to put a couple on each flower here. A couple dimensionals. We'll toss those backings in the trash. Let's bring back our card base. And we're just going to I'm not going to press them down because I want to kind of make sure I can maneuver them around if I need to. I think that's okay. Let's move this one over just a little bit like this. And I'm kind of interlocking those bottom stems. And once we get that down, perfect. All right, our greeting, I'm just going to trim the edges here. Just going to trim that just like that. Trim this edge too. A little piece went in there. We'll get rid of that. And then we're going to pop this up on dimensionals as well. Because why not? Dimensionals are my favorite. So we're going to pop those up. All right, peel those backings off. And then this goes right over the center here. Now to finish it off, we're going to bring in those neutral matte dots. If your order's over $150 to get this class to go for free, you're going to receive a full package of these. And we're just going to use these pecan pie ones down here. I love the look of pecan pie and peach pie and pumpkin pie. They all just go together so well, I think. And so I'm just going to throw those on here as well. All right, and that concludes the Thankful Garden Class to Go week. I hope you guys love this. Let me bring back out all the cards we made this week. Now, if you remember, if you want the class to go, you do need to place an order in my online store by April 15th, and you will be sent the class to go for free. You will need the bundle, the dies, the masks, all of that. You will need that to complete the cards. If you don't have that, you can always substitute for something else you have. If you have another flower set that you think might work, by all means, you can absolutely get creative and substitute that as well. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you love this class to go. If you are not already subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That really helps me out, helps me find new friends, and you never miss one of my videos. Thanks again, guys, and I will see you guys in my next class to go. Bye.